Hello, and thanks for joining us here at 4. I'm Connie Leonard. The suspect in a deadly weekend shooting at Charles Young Park has pleaded not guilty to murder, assault, and tampering with physical evidence. While 18-year-old Demetrius Griffin appeared in a Lexington courtroom by video today, where he pleaded not guilty. Griffin remains in the Fayette County Detention Center on a $1 million bond. Griffin is due back in court September 2nd. And that shooting happened during the East End Days Festival at William Wells Brown Park, a community gathering that drew a large crowd. The Fayette County coroner identified 16-year-old Dejon Robertson as the victim. 4 others were injured, including 2 children. Now community leaders are focusing on what's next and the need for more safe spaces for young people.
We hear shots ring out. We hear the screams. And then as I'm running away and trying to shield some of the young people that were with me, there was a gentleman right beside me that got shot in the leg. And I just remember thinking to myself, man, I'm not going to make it home to my family tonight. Being in close proximity to gunfire, seeing so much trauma happening at once, it was just heartbreaking.
People like Divine Karama attending a community festival ran for cover.
It was a beautiful day. Turnout was great. Park was full. And, tragic happened.
Robert Hodge and Don Wingate say they grew up in this neighborhood. Hodge is the William Wells Brown president, and Wingate is the president of the East End Coalition, which put on the East End Days. They were both at the event when shots were fired.
The young man, there was people trying to resuscitate him. And so the fabric of the community even showed then how strong this community is.
Until Saturday night, there had not been a homicide in Lexington since February. Hodge says the neighborhood needs a safe space for young people to turn to and to build a strong foundation before anyone thinks to turn to violence.
When we grew up here, we went to Charles Young. Anytime we wanted to go, we would walk in, we would go in, and it was a place of calming. If you was having problems with mom and dad, you could come, you could talk it out with some of the older men that was here. But right now we have no community center in this area, not a true community center.
Wingate says he holds a lot of hope in the days ahead.
That people will still come back. That people realize that, hopefully an isolated incident don't run them away from our neighborhood.
And city leaders say support for the families and victims will continue as the community works to heal. A vigil was held Sunday at the park with neighbors coming together to remember the victims and stand against violence.